Good morning, my friends, and today I am going to teach you 7 very, very quick idioms without going into much detail, all with the word chicken. And the very first idiom we're going to look at is to chicken out. It's like a phrasal verb. And if you chicken out of something, that means you back out or you retreat from a situation due to fear or a lack of courage. And before I recorded the podcast, I was trying to think of some examples, and of course the best example I can think of is drugs. Yes, drugs, drugs. God, I love drugs, and so do you. Don't lie to me. Let's be honest, what are drugs? Chocolate, nicotine, sugar, caffeine, acid, mushrooms, weed, alcohol. So many different types of drugs out there. But the drug I want to talk to you very quickly about is acid. Yeah, acid. It's a hallucinogenic, also called LSD. And it can be quite scary when you take it because you're afraid that something bad is going to happen. And I can remember the very first time I took acid. I was absolutely terrified. I was so close to chickening out. In fact, I had chickened out several times before, but not this time. I even said to my friend, I'll take half a dose. And he said, no, Ronan, take the full dose of acid. I almost chickened out because when you take acid, it's like 10 or 12 hours of a trip if you take a full dose. So that's for 10 or 12 hours, and it could go amazingly or it could go terribly. It could go both. It's really unknown how it's going to go. So long story short, I didn't chicken out. Long story short, I did not chicken out, and I took the full dose of acid, and then I had one of the best life experiences ever, because for 12 hours I was tripping. Tripping is the verb we use when you take drugs and you're kind of like riding the wave of the drugs and you're kind of still feeling the drugs. And I was tripping for about 12 hours and it was amazing. It was, like I said, one of the best life experiences I ever had. Everything was beautiful. The colors were amazing. Food was sensational. And I just had a great day. I'm so happy I didn't chicken out. I'm so happy I didn't let the fear take over from me. I'm so happy I didn't back out or retreat from the situation, and it worked out in the end. So to chicken out, folks, is to back out of a situation because of fear. You might chicken out watching a scary movie. Maybe you're in the middle of watching a movie and you don't like it, so you chicken out and you put on something else. It is generally used to make fun of your friends. Oh, there's Ronan, he chickened out. We all had fun on the roller coaster, but Ronan chickened out and didn't go on it. Oh, don't chicken out, just do it. So a few different ways of using the phrasal verb or the idiom chicken out. Man, I could do a whole podcast about chicken out, and I could certainly do a whole podcast about acid, but we're not here to talk about acid, we're here to talk about chickens. Now, idiom number 2. Don't count your chickens before they hatch. And that is quite the common one. And that idiom means you shouldn't make assumptions or be overly confident about something that hasn't happened yet. So think about something that you really want to do. Maybe you visualize winning a race. Maybe you visualize a bonus in work or a raise at work, and you're already planning for what you're going to do with the extra money that you have. And you keep telling your friends, man, when I get that bonus, I'm going to buy a car. When I get that raise, I'm going to have such a better life. And then maybe you start spending more money because, this bonus is definitely coming. This raise is definitely coming. This January, you're getting paid more money. Well, one of your friends might say to you, hey, Ronan, don't count your chickens before they hatch. Just because the boss said you'll get a raise doesn't mean it'll actually happen. They might change the situation. Hey Ronan, just because you're training a lot for the race doesn't mean you're going to win. Don't count your chickens before they hatch. Don't be overly confident about something that hasn't happened yet. Don't make assumptions about something because it might not happen. It's okay to get excited about something, but do not count your chickens before they hatch. Do not make assumptions and do not be overly confident about something that hasn't happened yet. The next idiom is to run around like a headless chicken. Think about an event that you went to that was poorly organized. I can think of many. Think about somewhere that you went to and nobody knew what was going on. Was it a restaurant? Was it a party? Was it a concert? Was it a conference? Well, if you go somewhere and it is completely unorganized and people are running around and people are confused and nobody really knows what's happening, you can say, gosh, everyone is running around like headless chickens. Gosh, he is running around like a headless chicken. And that just means that this event or this person is unorganized, confused, and they don't know what they're doing. Nobody knows what they are doing. The government are running around like headless chickens. They have no idea what is happening or what to do. Can you think of a time when you went to a party and it was incredibly unorganized? An event that you went to that was incredibly unorganized? Anyways, let's move on because this is a very quick podcast. The next idiom is a hen party. Hen party. Have you been to a hen party? I guarantee you've heard a hen party. A hen party is used to describe a bachelorette party. Used to describe a party a woman has with all her friends before she gets married. And you know, usually they'll have a sash on. Usually the bride-to-be will have something on her head like a tiara. So everyone knows that she's the bride-to-be. And I live in Kelowna. And Kelowna is absolutely a hen party destination. People travel from around BC to go to Kelowna for a weekend to have a hen party. For men, it's called a bachelor party or a stag party. For women, a hen party or a bachelorette party. What do you do at a hen party? You get fucked up on wine. You go get some male strippers. You go have some fun. Because, you know, it's your last time to celebrate with the girls before you get married. So a hen party. Have you ever been on one? Did you have a hen party? If you're a guy, have you ever been to a bachelor party? Have you ever been to a stag party? All right, the next idiom, number 5. You are no spring chicken. And if you are not a spring chicken, you are old, folks. You are old. I'm into exercise, but I've noticed I need to warm up a lot more than I did in my 20s. That's because I'm no spring chicken. And if you're listening to this and you're in your 20s, you are a spring chicken. You're good. But when you hit your 30s, when you start getting past 32, 33, 34 years old, you ain't no spring chicken no more. And you're going to feel it. You're going to have to stretch more. You wake up and there's another ache in your body. You want to run up a mountain, but you can't anymore. It might take a little bit longer because you're no spring chicken. I was talking to one of my colleagues at work, and he's going to be in his 40s soon. And he was talking about how in the morning he has to do a good bit of a warm-up before he goes straight for a run to get his heart up, to get his heart warmed up. Because if he were to wake up and go straight for a run, it wouldn't be good. However, in your 20s, you can wake up and do whatever. Heck, when I was in my 20s, I could drink all night until 2 or 3 in the morning, get up and go for a swim. Not anymore, because I'm no spring chicken anymore. I am no spring chicken anymore. You are no spring chicken. All right, idiom number 6. To put all your eggs in one basket. If you put all your eggs in one basket, you are backing just one thing for success, and that is very dangerous. Think about eggs as money and your basket an investment. And if you invest all your money into one company, well, if that doesn't work, you're kind of screwed, aren't you? So when you put all your eggs in one basket, you are risking everything on one thing. Never put all your eggs in one basket. Diversify, folks. Diversify. The literal meaning of this is if you have a basket, literally do not put all your eggs in it, because if you drop that basket, all your eggs will smash. Very self-explanatory. And number 7, folks, fly the coop. The coop. Another example could be to leave the nest. And these idioms refer to a person who is leaving home. Yes. So I guess I left the nest when I went to college when I was 18. That's when I moved out of my parents' house. I was 18 years old. And I never really returned. I never really lived at home since. You know, I lived in Dublin, I lived in Norway, Prague, Spain, many other countries, but I never lived at home for a long time since I originally left the nest, since I originally flew the coop. The coop, by the way, C-O-O-P, is like a chicken house. It's where the chickens live outside. It's usually wooden and usually has a fence around it to protect them from the foxes. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, very, very quick podcast. There's going to be a few more of these. It's an easier way for me to get content out there. As always, you need to do your own study as well. You know, I'm bringing you all this great English, but you're not going to learn it unless you make examples about your own life with this English. Very quick revision. Number 1, to chicken out. That means to back out or retreat from a situation due to fear or a lack of courage. Number 2, do not count your chickens before they hatch. Number 3, to run around like a headless chicken. Number 4, hen party. Number 5, you're no spring chicken. And number 6, do not put all your eggs in one basket. And the final one, number 7, was to leave the nest or to fly the coop. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Ronan. Thank you for listening. That is 10 minutes of idioms. Bye for now. 11 minutes, not 10, 11.